Ladies and gentlemen, men and women, boys and girls, people who eat hands, other things, people who like feet. It's your main man, Typho. Hope you're having a good one. You're listening to the Dead End podcast, and I'm joined by the two best men possible to have for this. Of your man Chalant, Eric, and we have the one and only Satchy, who's been king of the game since 2017. So we're gonna probably talk for a while, talk a lot of shit, talk about speed battle, obviously, give you all the historical impact of the game, and the past of it, and give you a bit of context as to why we're gathered here today, really. So if you boys want to introduce yourselves, work away, man.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think I need any introduction, but if you don't know me, then it's okay, because at this point, it doesn't really matter. But I was the first person to ever get 7K ever. I don't really know how much that matters now, because the game, it kind of went from so people saw 7K and they immediately just wanted to surpass. That's how Shrews is. That's pretty much how everyone is. So from there, it just started not mattering. And the one major thing that started mattering is your count. Everybody's personal best, and their count started mattering way more. So I don't know, man. I got the first 7K, and it felt good at first, and I don't know, man. And now Typho, how many 7Ks do you have, bro?
I think I have roughly 10 or 11 7Ks, and I definitely agree with you there on the release. So, the weight that you feel taken off your shoulders when you get 7K is colossal. I'm sure you and Eric can to explain how you felt when you first got it. That race, man, that one race, you might have been at 69.96, and you get that fucking +4, man. Would you just be able to kind of give a description to people how significant that is, man? Because there's a feeling that you get, and it's just no one can ever feel that feeling unless you get it. So what do you think of that?
Go ahead, Eric.
All right, so the feeling when you hit 7K, it's I don't know, your first 7K, it means a lot to you, because you worked hard for it. 7K is considered to be if you hit 7K, you're considered to be a god in your own right. Whether it be with a broken or not a broken character, 7K is still 7K. It's nothing to scoff at, really. But
precisely, man. When I was just, I'm going to bring it on a tangent here. People will take a lot of great respect for you, whatever you use. If I was not using infinite, man, people would think I'm some kind of magical magician. But in reality, you kind of need these kind of characters to survive in the game's metagame. And what I'm trying to get at here is people will basically praise you no matter what you do. But if you're using something that they don't like, they're going to begrudge you for it. And well, all I can say is 7,000 is 7,000. You can't change that. It's the trophy count he got, whether it was cheated for or boosted for. We're going to talk about that in a bit, but I'll let you continue with your point.
Yeah, so my first 7K, it was when I was play level 14 with a level 11 Werehog. It wasn't level 12 because at the time I don't think I had the ranks for it. I was one short off Max Dark Blast, which was at the time very insane, because this was pre-nerf Werehog. But for my last race, I'm pretty sure I don't remember my competition. All I remember is that I got Booga. It was Booga and two other Werehogs. Shout out to Booga, by the way. Booga, I respect him as a player, despite the fact that he uses overpowered characters. He does well with them for the most part.
Yeah, but he's a pretty chill guy, actually.
Yeah, pretty sound lad. But, yep, so 7K. When I hit it, I was shaking. It was insane. But yes, Satch, I'll let you take the stage.
Dude. And honestly, I can't even remember mine fully. All I remember when I hit my first 7K was that I was a lot higher than everyone else, and I was using Chaos. I don't know, there was just something about Chaos. It just clicked with me, and I don't know, there's just something I feel everyone has that character they just click with, and I don't know, the Chaos, I don't know what it was, and I don't know if people rate my 7K as whatever, because even my second, I'm pretty sure I sandbagged with fucking with fucking dude. I think Ghost called me out too. Like I sandbagged with fucking Zavok. I'm pretty sure for 7K. Dude, this was back when I was working at Burger King. I'm pretty sure too, dude. And I sandbagged for fucking 7K, and Ghost called me out. And dude, I fucking missed. That was back when I I made that 6.1K video too. Types like.
That was like prime.
Ooh, I remember. Yeah,
those were seasons 2 and 3, man. If you want to like actually be precise on time, it was insane. Like that time period, because like I remember looking at the leaderboard every day, thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get 6.6 this season," and then I just see Mr. Friggin' Wrist at like 6.8 on day 25 or something like that, and I was like, "Oh well, looks like I'm not gonna get very far."
Dude, literally, I was just, and man, the thing about that is like, if you really want to climb, you have to, like, I didn't realize it. It's like, I knew I was skilled, but at the same time, I played so fucking much because, like, bro, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. And people, like, I don't think people understand that shit, bro. You're gonna lose. And so, obviously, like, it's gonna take you way longer to get to where you want to, like, get to, man. But I think my 7K was just kind of fucked because like I felt like no one was matching my chaos. The way I played chaos was just so different. And then not really, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I think it was fucking insane because like I was just way higher than everyone, man. And then I just went on a win streak. It was like I was streaking. But I don't remember completely. I really don't. That's how you know I haven't been playing. And but I just remember.
Definitely have to brush on that. We'll have to brush on that, man, because a lot of people have obviously come and gone off this game, and one of the main reasons for that is just how badly managed the game is all the time by its developers. We're obviously going to have to talk about Hardlight a lot, but to back up like a lot of what you guys are saying right now, like what you say about your chaos, it definitely has like an aura of a kind, and I think a lot of people personally resonate with a lot of characters depending on its design, how it looks, or how it plays. So, like, I say for Eric, almost, like, Werehog definitely, like, resonated with you. Even if he is broken, if he wasn't broken, you'd probably still be using him and trying to make use of him.
Yeah,
I know that would be what you would be doing for a fact. A lot of these other players, though, they've switched to Infinite, Supersonic, or Unicorn Cream, or the Band. Like, people invest in other characters instead because that's what Hardlight want them to do. Like, Hardlight have this game perfectly engineered to make people think they need to spend money when they realistically they don't. So, what do you guys think of that?
I agree with your statement. I mean, like, shout out to Gotta Go Fest, by the way. Free to play 7K.
Yeah, that's insane. Absolutely insane. Watching ads, man, every race and still got 7,000. Fair play to them.
Yep.
And that's completely fucked. Fest is absolutely fucked. Holy shit.
Yeah, Fest was a cracked player. He didn't play much, but god dang, man. He was just really good in general.
And the players that do that, like, are able to just like, quit or just like take a break and come back. Like I've done that. I can't remember which season, but I'd taken a break, came back, and I hit 7K was metal. But yeah, Fest is fucked up, man. He's a really smart player. And yeah, I just honestly wish, like, man, the one thing I was hoping for was for like the OG to come back. Like everyone, like in Sonic meta, like even before that to come back and just like brawl. Like, I feel like that would be so fucking insane because that would be instant nostalgia. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, back in the good old days, man. Back whenever Modern Sonic was like meta and people like were trying to get Blaze into the meta. I remember Modern Sonic was like the peak pinnacle of measurement of how good a player was. Like if your Modern wasn't good, you weren't good. If your Modern was good, you were probably top 10 in that leaderboard. Like that was just how it operated back then. Yeah. Obviously, Hardlight's direction that they've taken with this game has completely alienated all of us top players, and the meta right now has just been stinking for the last year. It's just a real shame, honestly, to look back on it like that, but that's honestly how it is.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, I don't think Speed Battle will ever, like, hit its prime ever again. I feel like its prime was, like, back in the day, and that was that.
It's gone.
It's gone. It's not the same anymore.
It's like, and then, man, I really want them to. Like, I was hoping for them to take all the tracks, really all the variations of this. Like, imagine if they took every variation of the tracks that they've made ever, like, and reverse them, or just put them back in the game and then reverse them. That would save them a lot of time from having to, honestly, that would save them a lot of time from having to, like, think about making new tracks or want to design new tracks or whatever they want to do. You know, I don't know. But to be honest, I feel like that's what they're lacking, because when I played, it seemed like it was kind of rigged in a way, dude. I kept getting Mining Mayhem was broken character. Mining Mayhem Infinite. Mining Mayhem fucking Werehog. Mining Mayhem Supersonic. Mining Mayhem all of them. Like, well, I'm like, bro.
Mining Mayhem R3 Infinites. Oh yeah, boy.
It was just toxic.
Oh no, that's like it. It's just changed, man. It's crazy.
It's for real,
but,
man.
like,
Sorry.
No, man. It's like I like, honestly, like, me and coming back to the game and playing, I've just been having fun just from, like, and then Ghost kind of like roasted me on this, but like, I just love the movement, man. The movement. If you can move,
is awesome. The movement is awesome, man.
If you can move fast in this shit, you're just a beast, man. You're just, because that's like, man, I don't know. But yeah, Hardlight should do that, man. They're just like, they just want to do it. Like, no one, Hardlight's not going to listen to anyone. They're just going to do what the fuck they want to do. You know, but you know, I have a bunch of suggestions for them. I have a bunch. Like, there's a bunch of suggestions, man, that I feel like if they did that, like, if they did some of the shit I was thinking, like, I just sit there and think about some of the shit sometimes, even though I have so much like a love and hate relationship with this game. I think about so much shit. I'm pretty sure everyone does. Like, and it's just so annoying. It's so annoying that they won't do it. Like, you're just like, dude, what the fuck? Why won't they fucking just? And it just pisses me off, and it just, you know, I don't know.
I think that's all. I think that's honestly what they want at this point, though. Man, they want everyone to be completely hopeless and praying to the gods up there, man, and saying, "Please, someone out there, please tell me that they're going to stop taking truffles and ban this hacker that's on the top of the leaderboard right now." Like, I don't get why their workflow is so bad or why they're so slow. And I'm gonna like brush on this now in a second. Just before that, I'm gonna like ask you another question, because I hate to brush off this topic because we're gonna cover it all again later on anyway. This is all gonna be about Hardlight in the end of the day. But like, how did you get into this game? Like, who showed you it, or like, can you give like your background as to why you found it? Like, because a lot of people have gotten this game for different reasons, and it's kind of funny because I know people that can't even pronounce the word Zavok, like, or some people don't even know what a Zavok is. They think it's fucking Bowser from Mario. Like, I think it's Bowser from Mario. But, like, you know, I just want to know, like, how, like, Eric, I'll let you describe it, Eric, first, because obviously you've been here, like, we've all been here since 2017, men. So, like, I would love to hear it from you, Eric, because you were a child compared to us. Whenever you got the game, we were basically adults. So would you like to talk about that, man, please?
Yeah, I would mind, you know, giving my input on this. But basically, how I got into this game, I was pretty much, as you said, a child. I was fresh into middle school, you know. Life was just starting for me, you know. My educational career was just taking off. I was learning new things. And even, despite the fact that it was like such a new adjustment for me, I don't know. I feel like I came to improve as a person as time went on. But regarding speed battle, so during that time, this is actually kind of embarrassing, but I found the game when I was browsing in the App Store, because at the time I didn't have my phone yet, and I was using my mom's iPad because I was so young. And yes, and basically it was on like the front of the App Store, and they were talking about how there's this new game coming out called Sonic Forces Speed Battle, and I decided to get it before it officially launched. So basically, you could say I was an OG in the respect that I got the game as soon as it dropped in the App Store, you know? And from there, like, I really enjoyed the game, because during that time, I was a humongous Sonic fan. Like, compared to how I am right now, back then, you could say I was like a super fan.
Yeah,
you know?
I think I was as well, definitely, man. I can relate on that for sure. Like, whenever I found this game, I was just like looking for Sonic, honestly. Like, I've neglected the series for so long because it's been so bad. So this game was honestly a new bright light for me. But yeah, man, that's honestly a really cool story. Like, a cool way to kind of say how you got into the game. What about you, Sash? Obviously, you've been here from the same time as well, man. Like, what's your kind of What's your angle?
Oh man, I I can't remember fully. Like, I don't think maybe I think Eric's been playing a little bit longer than I have because I don't remember ever like knowing when the game was going to be released or like playing on like soft launch. I just remember like this was when I was working. Where was I working? I was in Kentucky. I was working at Wendy's at the time, and I how old was I? What's that, like 5 years? So I was 19.
Damn.
And so I was 19 at the time. And then, yeah, dude, it like when I found out about the game, it was more so, I just remember just like beating everyone, like not even like, I'm not talking about like, you know, like further on, like this is like in the beginning, like I just got like good, like bro, I just like and then it just clicked in me like I need to use two fingers. Like this is just like bro, why wouldn't anyone just use two fingers?
That's something now, man. It's been standardized now among top tier play. So that's
Yep.
kind of funny. I'm like one of the first people to ever do that.
Like
Yeah.
and bro, it was just I don't know. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about like when I first like playing the game. I was working at Wendy's, dude. I was living at one of my coworkers' houses, and we were just chilling. We were smoking every day. We were just fucking around. I wasn't doing shit. All I was doing was playing fucking speed battle every single fucking day. And yeah, man, I can't remember how I fully but I just remember like I was literally playing around the time I was working at Wendy's. And I just got just really good. And I just remember just beating everyone with Sonic. I just remember that, man. And I just remember just climbing through the ranks like so quickly. Like I didn't give a fuck. I just wanted to play.
Yeah.
I just kept playing, man. And then it just obviously like became second nature. And then I try to like understand everything, how everything works. And that's why I love chaos. I felt like, bro, at that time, if you could like master chaos, no one could beat you. No one could beat you, dude. That's why I like mastered him so hard. Because like
Yeah, he's still a very high skill ceiling character.
Yep. He's still
Right.
top 10 in my opinion.
Really, wow.
Yeah, considering like his abysmal meta.
I haven't used him. Maybe I should use him. Like
You're the pioneer, kid. You were actually the dino in the Supersonic TW.
Yeah.
I haven't used them. I've been using Reaps, man. Like I love Reaps.
Reaps is insane, man. But we're gonna definitely talk about that shit, man. Like about like the olden days a lot more. Like just about the devs in general, like the process that this game has undergone over the last 4 years, because we've watched this game go from great to bullshit. But and your background in Sonic, man. Like, did you like Sonic when you were younger or anything?
Oh man, not really, but I mean. I played when I was really, really young. I used to go to my uncle's house, and me and my cousin, we would play Sonic Adventure 2. I remember on the GameCube, I just remember playing that shit. And I remember the mission. One of my favorite missions is a downhill mission. I forgot what the fuck you're getting chased by. Is it a fucking truck or something chasing you?
Yep.
But that shit,
The gun
that
truck,
shit
I
was.
believe.
At the time, bro, I thought that shit was so fucking lit. Like, oh my god, I thought that dude, it was just one of the most exhilarating like missions on that game. But that was like one of the first Sonic games I played, and then I started playing. I got a DS, and I got into Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. I loved that fucking game so fucking much. But other than that, I'm trying to think of any other Sonic game.
Was it a good game though? Probably not. But
It was okay, but for DS it was okay. But
at the time, DS games were great. Then you look back at them, you're like, God,
Yeah.
damn, like,
Yeah. They were really golden in their time.
yeah, for sure, man. But the point I'm trying to get at here though is I'm gonna give you my story now. But before I do that, I'll brush this point up. Hardlight have been able to capture the attention of people who don't even care about Sonic. and they still bottled this game somehow, some way, which I find insane.
It's pretty disappointing.
Yeah, that's just something I'm very disappointed in, but we'll obviously get talking about Hardlight and their dealings at some stage. But for anyone at home that might be interested, I started this game like a little like in hard launch. It would have been my first year in college. One of my neighbors in my student village basically showed me the game and said, "You like Sonic, don't you?" Because I took my PlayStation 2 up with me and I was playing Sonic Heroes in the goddamn apartment, bro. I was questionable, as me and Satch would say. But yeah, after that then, I just like got on the game and my initial intentions was to solely troll. My name was like Sonic06 best game. I was using Metal Sonic, hoping to just steal everyone's stuff. I thought this is the most hilarious mechanic ever. I want to troll people. And yeah, well, I sucked and it took a good few years to get good. But my history in Sonic, like, I've always loved Sonic since I was a child. Like, didn't play him coming out of the womb, but I wasn't long out of the womb when I was playing him. So yeah, that's how I got into this game, and well, it's kind of insane now looking back, guys. Like, obviously we've spent so much time, so much money, so much effort, blood, sweat, and tears, advocating, arguing, bitching, complaining, praising, admiring, enjoying, and not so enjoying of this game. And like, I'm gonna get into the next topic now, which is we're gonna give it like a little bit of a history lesson, man, right? Because I have the Sonic Wiki up handy, and I want to give you all a bit of context into like Hardlight's work rate, because a lot of people don't understand this, but like Hardlight used to actually work really hard on this game, like significantly harder than they used to. So if you were to go as far back as the 12th of September 2017, which is like the first day this game was ever dropped in soft launch, I'm pretty sure it was like to US iOS stores or something. I'm not too sure on that one, but 3 days later, they had a bug fix and gameplay refinement update. 2 days after that, they had another one that brought changes and fixed a lot of things like rail grinding, matchmaking, dash panels, account logins, and other stuff. And then after that, it took a week for them to fix more stuff. It took them 3 days after that, and at this stage, you're probably thinking, that doesn't sound like Hardlight at all, does it? What do you guys think of that? Like, that's a little bit thought-provoking if you ask me.
Yeah, honestly, I find it kind of mind-boggling. It's like, I don't know. When it comes to speed battle, they used to put so much effort into it, and then over time they just downgraded in productivity, in my opinion.
I'm trying to think why.
Yeah, man, exactly. Why? What happened here? Like say for example here, man. This is the 12th of October update. This is where they reduced the height of the wind effect on tornado traps. You remember how hard they used to be to jump over? That was balls. And then they gave stuff explaining the star runner, because now people call, what do they call star runners, man? Red ring runners? Is that what they call star runners now? What are you kids at? Or am I a boomer? Who knows? It's called a star runner, not a red ring runner. But there's something here then about aspect ratios. They haven't fixed the camera. They don't fix that kind of stuff now as often as they used to. After that though, man, friggin' 13 days later, so they're kind of getting a bit slow, but like they're still working very hard. Like, the game was receiving update after update, man, and now we're in November 2017 here now, and they're like, there's just been so, like, we're version 1.0.3 now, so the game was receiving constant updates and constant improvements. They were working on it, dedicated to it. They clearly loved the game, but somewhere down the line, someone said in that office that, like, hey boys, this is making some serious cash on the Google Play Store, boys. We should just get rid of confirming purchases, and we should start putting up ads, even though you guys have already paid for ads. Like, this is the kind of stuff that they're trying to get away with, man. Have any of you ever noticed that? Like, whenever you're in a race, or like you finish your race, and then whenever you're about to press the run button, some stupid little offer will come up, and you have to press the X button. And if you don't do that, you can't use items for the rest of the race. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of that.
Yeah, there have been there have been fucking cases where some players they get an in-app purchase when they're in game. And
I'm pretty sure I saw garbage or someone say like, yeah, pay 99 to instantly win the race or some crap. But,
yeah,
like,
that was crazy.
Like, to expand on my point though, what was I trying to get at with this here? Like, but I'm trying to think of what I was trying to get at with it. I kind of like lost trail of thought, man. But like, it just really, really annoyed me that was the way how things go. Like, we paid for ads, man. We paid for them to go. We paid to remove ads, and they're fucking bringing up more pop-ups. What the fuck?
It's stupid.
See, man, this is the hard light effect, man. They're making me think the good of the game, and then I completely forget what I was trying to say. Hard light have us all brainwashed, bro. Or they're trying to brainwash us. We're just resistant. The resistance, go on, let's go. But
Yeah, the resistance.
I think it changed, dude. I think it changed because of like what people really like the changes people really want to see. Like maybe hard light, or like, all right, well, like the shit with the camera. Maybe they saw that as okay. No one really gives a fuck about that right now. So I guess that's good. I guess the camera's good, or shit like that. I guess they like really just, you know what I mean. They kind of centered their updates towards like, you know what I mean, and it just and also like. Didn't they have like a staff switch or whatever the fuck, or like a mod switch or team switch? I don't even fucking know, or something like that. I'm not even sure. And that could have played some sort of like role in there. Sure. I really don't know, but honestly, I think that could be a big reason. Like people just stopped caring about like the tracks, and people don't really talk about. Do people talk about like, oh, there need to be new tracks, or do people really say that? Like, people really just talk about characters all the time. They're just like, oh, this is broken character. No one thinks about fucking retarded broken tracks, okay? No one thinks about the same fucking tracks that have been in the game since the day I was fucking born. Like, holy fucking shit, dude. Please put new tracks in the game.
What, do any of you hardly remember? I'm not sure. I'm trying to find it here in the wiki, but there was an update where they, like, dumbed down all the tracks. Like, they completely destroyed them all. I don't remember which update that was. You remember, like, when all the tracks actually had challenge, and then they all just became dumbed down, empty shells of what they used to be. Something I'm going to mention, like, Tangled Tunnels, man. Like, I'd love for that track to come back, bro.
Oh, yeah, dude. That
Boys, remember, the amount of times I've 1v1'd people like Satch or Ghost on Tangled Tunnels, man. And those races were the most intense shit ever. Like, if people were playing Shadow on Tangled Tunnels, it'd be so fun. Well, no, apparently it wouldn't be, because apparently Hardlight love Werehog and they love money, and they're gonna keep this stuff broken for as long as possible to sponge every last cent out of people. But on the point of tracks, I remember Spiral Heights used to be a really likable track. Like, it used to have a great ending, and then they cut off the ending. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why did you just do that? It's so annoying.
Yeah. I don't know who really thought that was a good idea, but it is what it is.
Like, man, like, look at the tracks now that we have. Like, we got Mining Mayhem are the Golden Bay tracks. They're all goofy, troopy, badass, not good tracks. And if you recall, like, back in the day, man, we used to have brilliant reverses, like Splash Highway reverse, Temple Gate reverse, Parish Palms reverse. There's
Splash Highway reverse was fucked.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Celestial reverse, man. You can't forget Celestial reverse.
Celestial reverse.
Amazing track, man. Remember Red Gate Ruins? Where did that track go, man? Do you just want to know where that track went? Hardlight fucked up. They didn't even realize that making an inability for Eggman to float over cliffs would break the game, so they had to remove Red Gate Ruins, man. And that's the stuff that they don't be telling people. Like, they don't think that people cop this shit on. We know your game better than you used to, apparently. Like, I bet you didn't know that, man. That's crazy shit. Like, they had to remove tracks. They've had to remove tracks based on problems in the game. Like, you remember whenever Viaduct got removed? Viaduct got removed because of the bad gravity in the game at the time. Remember whenever the physics engine was trash? I'm pretty sure that's the reason why they did it. Like, and like, they won't disclose that kind of information, but like, that's pretty self-explanatory what they're doing and why they're doing it. But yeah, man, I just find that to be a real shame. Like, the way that they've dealt with tracks, the lack of variation, the absolute audacity to throw a heap of items onto every track and make this game a button masher rather than a strategic racing game. It's a bit of a disappointment.
I'd also argue the terrible track rotation as well.
Oh my god, man, for real. Like, Street Retreat, thank god you just put it down to your 8, but you fancy like removing it completely, just like the rest of the Golden Bay tracks. They are the edgiest tracks I've ever seen Hardlight drop in my life, man. Like, these things, they're ruining friendships. Like,
yeah,
I hate Highhill Park sometimes. I hate Suburban Speedway with a passion, and this stupid bot doesn't help. And then they add Planet Wisp, and these tracks are tracks that the winners could be determined in the first 5 goddamn seconds of the race.
Yeah.
What's the point in finishing the other 55 seconds if you're crap ass track? I can't even look at the scenery because I'm too busy focusing on what I'm going to dodge. So, of course, Hardlight don't notice this kind of shit because they barely play their own game.
And on top of that, with Supersonics running around, Jesus Christ, it is insane. If you use Supersonic on Mining Mayhem, I mean, because before the Infinite meta, it was pretty much a guaranteed win. It was insane.
Yep.
You could literally start boosting during half the track, and you just win. Like, what is the competition supposed to do? They can't do jack shit, and it's actually pretty saddening, to be honest.
Yeah, so about Supersonic, like, let me clear my throat. He is a character with a very, very bizarre win con compared to every other character. Now, if you were to follow the zero theory, was what me and the boys decided to call it, but like, there's a way to look at speed battle and interpret the game. Well, the way that we like to interpret the in-game, like the tongue twisted, man. But yeah, we like to like think about rings and think about the small details that make up the results of the race, because that is what speed battle actually is. It's just a bunch of several small functions and like calculations and numbers. So like, if you're able to pay attention to these small details, you can essentially affect the huge result in the end. But with this whole like zero theory thing, we always like talked about like rings and stuff. Like, you always have to have 100 rings all the time. So with this in mind, Supersonic is a character that can win every single race as long as he gets 100 rings and doesn't lose any rings. Like, we follow this thing called the -10 and -20 theory. Like, well, not the theory, like, it was just in the zero theory, like, where if people get hit by stuff, you keep a mental tab of it. Like, if I hit you with a scythe, that's a -5.
-5.
I will permanently remember that for the entire race, because no matter what, then it means that whatever rings I have, I might be at 100, but if you've been hit a few times with like a few tombs or a few scythes or a few E-mines, I'll know, and I'll know how many rings less you'll have than me, and that will be the key detail as to whether I win or lose, especially for people that don't use Electro Boost characters. So like, that kind of stuff there is what affects the results of Supersonic, and why you should be hunting every Supersonic you find in a race, because all they're going to do is spam 2 to 3 fireballs every goddamn 5 seconds. And there's been a lot of suggestions on how to nerf them. Like, I was talking with Dumpster Fire, hopefully we'll ever like have him on here sometime, shout out Dumpster Fire for this, but he said that like, whenever, I don't know who he got the ideas from, but like, he put one of them says, and he said he got the other one from someone else, but if Supersonic's using his boost and he hits like an obstacle or an item, he loses rings based off the damage. Like, if he's, because he is invincible, yes, but I'm pretty sure there has been a Sonic game out there where if he gets hit by something, he'll lose rings faster, and there should be something that they should implement onto him right now to balance him out. And second of all, I think he said something about nerfing fireball range, because the fireball range is so high, and if you're that far behind where you have to have that kind of range on a fucking projectile, you may as well be in that position in the race in the first place. So that's how I agree.
Matter? Does the ring loss matter? Because like,
well, think about it this way, man. Imagine you were at 50 rings. You had 50 rings left for your boost, and you're about to go for that dash pad at the end of Red Gate Bay. But you, instead of going around the obstacle, you go through it. Your rings would drop to 40, and your boost would end way quicker.
Okay.
Yeah, because your rings are your rings are depleting anyway at a rate of like whatever 4 rings per second or however fast it is, and then if you hit a wall, it's an instant -10. Just drop your rings like that, like give you the hit, like, but you don't slow down. You don't get the stumble because you're in God mode.
One of the things I suggested was, I mean, I don't know how good it would be, but because they could do multiple things. They don't have to just do one big major, like, oh, we're just gonna do this. They can nerf him in like 3, 4, like you know what I mean. So like, the one thing I suggested was like I think I told Rafa this too, and he kind of told another way too, and it was like, he has to use all of his items before he can boost. Like,
yeah, that would definitely be a possibility. However, man, a lot of people can't do that because, again, as I've said above, the game's a button masher. People
they just, all they have to do, all you have to do is don't allow you to click the I'd have to think about that one.
No, but like, you're still onto something. Like, obviously restriction is definitely a key component that should be there, because obviously Hardlight have already implemented restriction into the game. Look at fucking Audio Assault, and look at what they've done with Infinite's debuff. But like,
just block out the middle slot. Block out the middle slot whenever he has his other item slots full. And so
I was actually going to suggest something like really harsh, something similar to what you're suggesting, which would be if he gets hit by anything, take away the middle item regardless. Like he just loses that boost, so you have to pick up another item box to recover.
Oh my god, that would be fucked. That would be fucked. No,
Yeah,
that would be fucked.
and then that would mean then if he's and then like maybe they could implement some kind of like little algorithm in there where if he doesn't have his Ice Mine and his Fireball, you can't pick up that Chaos Control boost.
Oh, he's fucked.
Yeah.
Like that is absolutely brutal. That is the harshest possible way.
No, they have to do that. Look at the meta, man. Like,
well, I personally do. I actually don't mind what Garbage said about the whole if he hits stuff. Like if you hit him with an E Mine or an Ice Mine, he loses rings. Like I think that would be not too bad. You know what I mean? Because like say for example now, man, if he versus Infinite, think about this, right? If you're using Supersonic and you boost around in Infinite, you get hit by him. That's -10. Then if you try to pick up another item box or a dash pad or a badnik, they're all spikes, -10. So he loses 20 rings instantly, and that would slow down the Supersonic. That would almost kill the boost.
Yeah.
So, but like again, what I said too also would work, but it would just make him so bad and so high risk, which is the main thing they have to do with him. Again, his win con is too easy to fulfill. So they need to like make it harder. But like we're gonna talk about Werehog now. Like what do you Eric, would you like to give details on the win con for Werehog? Because you're the main man. You're the wolf of the pack.
Yeah. Okay, so Werehog as a character. I mean, it's pretty easy to really tell his win rate because if you don't really do anything to him, he just wins. Dark Blast is insane. Like, it got nerfed, I believe, once or twice. Was it twice?
I think it was once, and then it got reverted.
Yeah, accidentally reverted.
Yeah, they're crazy maniacs for that, man. But like, what do you like think of him as an overall character? Like the concept. Like, do you think it like are you in the same boat as us where you're thinking hard like what the hell are you consuming? Or are you thinking, nah, this is fine? Because there's a lot of people that are out there that think, yeah, this is fine. And I don't know how the hell they could think that.
Yeah, neither do I. And this is coming from the man who hit, 7K 3 times now?
You're literally hearing it from the mouth of the only man who's able to beat all of you with Werehog. So
exactly. Because Werehog as a character, I really, like, I didn't know what the fuck Hardlight were doing when they made him. Because who thought it was a good idea to have fucking Basho, Jet's Basho, but fucking...
it's opposite day.
It's opposite day.
That's another thing, man. So, Satch, like, obviously you've taken a lot of breaks off the game and you've been off the game. What did you think when you came back and you saw Werehog in the game? Like, what did you think whenever you saw this dude, just this big blue blob, shooting brown, purple blasts out his ass? He's technically vomiting them. And then he just zooms off. What did you think of that whenever you first encountered it?
I thought it was lit. Like, I thought it was awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I thought it was so fucking tight. I was like, dude, are you fucking serious? Like, and then I was just trying to look at ways to like counter him. And so, I mean, I didn't use any other character besides Reaper. So I know tombstones are effective, but that isn't enough. That isn't enough to beat him. You have to if you want to beat Werehog with Reaper, I feel like you need to spam like crazy. And he cannot get in front of you. But like if he gets in front of you, you can attack Werehog, but it won't be enough. Like you have to either chain him or something. Like if you don't chain him, then you probably will just lose. Like you have to chain him. Okay, you have to chain Werehog and you have to scythe him. And even so, like since scythe got nerfed, I don't know how much that matters just because based off of how fucking broken that projectile really is.
Yup.
And then not to mention his boost. But yeah, man. I'm
on 100%. I 100% agree with you, man. It's a class. It's a sick concept. Like, imagine being able to speedrun these tracks and dodge everything and zoom away. But they didn't do it right. They completely messed it up, and the concept is just the game just wasn't ready for this concept yet. They think that the game's moving fast, and then they decide to nerf boosts back in April 2019, and now they're thinking, oh shit, we made a mistake. Time to make everything overpowered again. And that's why we have all this crazy overpowered boost meta kind of bullshit where everyone's super fast, super long durations, rings depleting off boosts. all this bull crap, and then you got Werehog with his feral dash, AoE.
Jesus Christ.
You can kind of do the same thing. You can kind of do the same thing with the Werehog.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so say like you pick up one Dark Blast, right? You know how so people will just like keep spamming it because they keep getting the Dark Blast. So like say like you get a Dark Blast, right? And then like maybe make it so you can't use it until you've picked up both of your other or both of your other items and use them as well, like or use your other item, and so you can't use Dark Blast until you've used your other item. But maybe that won't do enough. Maybe that only just slows him down, kind of. I don't fucking know. Like that would have to get tested. But something like that, just make it so you can't spam it. Because really, the main thing is because the thing I notice is I hear that fucking sound. Yeah, it's just gone. And I'm just like, okay, that's just too spammable. Like, he can just spam that shit. So they need to just,
I have some good news and bad news about the situation. The good news is, that is a great idea. The bad news is, something as simple as that is so complicated for Hardlight's brains to make it.
Unfortunately.
So, like, it's way too specific. So the only way we can, like, solve a problem like this is simplicity. You have to, like, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, man. And we have to just look at the main basic problems. Like, again, Dumpster Fire, man, he has some great ideas. He said to remove the speed buff completely and make it basically like Basherson, where Dark Blast will slow you down.
Or just make it a dash. Make it a dash. Make it a fucking dash. Like, fucking, like, dude, like, and just make it so if you make it a dash, then either allow him to pick up multiple little small dashes and like increase the fucking like speed of it, and then or something. Like right now,
like, at the moment, man, like Dark Blast is like the equivalent of like a level 8 E boost for free. Like,
it's fucked.
It's ridiculous. Like, it's not fair, and like the fact that that's a spammable projectile that you can get two of most of the time, like that is so ass backwards. And the fact that they reverted his speed buff like behind everyone's back, like, was like I don't get that. Like, how could you do that? And like, they know for a fact it was to make everyone switch back, so people would want to spend money on him whenever they can't. It's to make people desire him more now. But oh well, I guess we're the stupid ones. We're the ones that gave them money. Like, at the end of the day, but like, there's just no way around this. Like, how else do you think you can nerf Dark Blast? Like, I had a suggestion where we have to just like, kind of like Ice Wave. Remember how they nerfed Ice Wave a lot? I think you should just give the speed buff a massive reduction and make the Dark Blast travel a lot faster, so that way it can be a much more offensive projectile rather than I'm spamming this and I'm staying at the front of the trail. If you don't stay at the front of the trail, you don't get the speed boost. So if they make it faster, Werehogs can't take off as easily.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's sick. So you like literally, because he's not using it like it's a projectile. He's using it as if like it's a fucking super booster or some fucking, I don't fucking know. He's not fireballing you. Like,
he's using it like this. He's using it like it's the Wi-Fi connection between him and his heart rate monitor. I don't even know why.
Make him use it more so like a projectile. I totally agree with that. Like, it's so like, it's like a second boost. It's literally like a second boost. It's not a projectile. He might as well just have like, I don't know, man. Like, it's literally a second boost, man. It's crazy.
Well, I'll definitely ask from the pro himself, Eric. Like, what would you say could be done to Werehog to stop what you're doing right now? Like,
I mean, okay, so I proposed this idea a long time ago, but you know, the community that I proposed it to didn't seem to agree with me. But I was basically proposing that we do what you proposed, Typho, where we have to reduce the Dark Blast, like the speed boost you get from them, and also increase like the travel time, so it could be more offensively instead of, as you said, like you're just spamming it to get away from the crowd, the competition, you know.
Exactly, yeah. But because that was, like, I remember reading bullshit from the community managers in Hardlight, and they said their intentions with this game was to keep everyone closer to the pack because they're sick and tired of us beasts winning every single game, and that's why they have the game shaped like this right now, is to give everyone a chance. But like, they literally explicitly said that they want to keep people close to the pack. Werehog, Supersonic,
they overdid it.
And
they overdid it.
All these characters go completely against the philosophy that you guys are trying to propose.
Yeah, overdid
it. And I also want to add something.
Yep.
So I want to bring attention to, because a lot of people fucking propose this people were talking about how they should just remove like the dark blast like the dark blast speed you get completely. What are your opinions on that?
I think it's a little bit harsh. It takes away the
that would fuck him up.
He's a special character. He's meant to be overpowered, but like you can only give a character so much power before it becomes an irresponsible mess. Power becomes responsibility.
He'd be like Vampire Shadow, like,
but better in my opinion.
In a way, better. But like he'd literally be a Vampire Shadow.
The worst thing about Werehog is Thundercloud, and Thundercloud is one of the best traps in the game anyway. It's like top 5.
Yeah.
Because people can't jump over it. So like, how on earth could that be? Like the character's stats are still trash, and he's somehow still number 1 on this game's like top tier list right now. Like,
yeah,
insanity. But I have another question, man, and I wanted to bring this up because I mentioned it, I touched on it earlier on, and I wanted to come full circle because I completely forgot about it. But like, obviously, whenever I was discussing methods of getting 7K, what do you guys think of trophy boosting and like queuing together and like working together in races? What do you think of all this kind of?
Right now, man. Right now, I don't really give a fuck about that anymore, man. You guys can do it because before, because like think about it, like before, man, someone like me, I had so much skill, and I still do. And back then, I feel like I was way more skilled back. Actually, nah. I feel like I'm way faster now, but I don't know. But like, I feel like back then I had just so much skill, and I felt like, you know, what's the point in doing anything like that? Like if you're skilled, you're gonna win. But then hard light kind of moved towards this little, and so now it doesn't matter if you're skilled. So it's like now we kind of need help in a way, but like. So now it's like, I really don't give a fuck. These broken ass characters, I don't blame anyone for fucking like trophy boosting or queuing together or anything hunting infinites or hunting certain key. I don't blame anyone for doing that, man. That shit sounds like fun.
That's fine. That's fine. But like, what do you think of it, people doing it to manipulate the prestige leaderboard or people doing it to cheat for number 1s? What do you think of that?
I think it's just a dick move in my opinion. Like
it just shows that you're unskilled, basically. Like that's all you're doing. You're just exposing yourself, I think.
Well, in Hardlight's words, it's not against terms of service. It's just bad sportsmanship. They don't care. They allow it. Like, so why would they allow it? Like, what do you guys think of that whole thought process? Because it really, really frustrates me to think that it's okay to do. Whenever they were removing Tony Kroos and Sonic from the Hall of Fames before they abolished those for the same reasons, they also gave them 2 official warnings. So I just find it very weird that they suddenly turned a blind eye to trophy boosting, because like STV still do it as well. So like, what do you guys think of it like being used for like? It's almost being used for malicious intent, in my opinion. If you're using it to manipulate the prestige leaderboard, you clearly got a vendetta out for someone. And at the end of the day, if Satch and Ghost never quit this game, those top 2 prestige spots would have never been claimed. Ever again. Satch, you know that. Ghost knows that. And anyone who's ever come above you in prestige now knows that as well. But the thing is, like, Hardlight don't give a shit, man. And I don't understand why. Like, yous have all these people who want to, like, play competitive. Like, a lot of us, we have to like work together in a sense, or like consider each other all the time, because there's too many idiots out there who say, Chalant uses Werehog, screw this guy, I'm gonna knuckle him to death in 4th place. Good for you, round of applause, clap. No, shut the fuck up, what the hell is your deal? Like, did you have a bad day? If you have a bad day, then please go and deal with that yourself instead of coming onto this game and like emotionally wrecking it for people. Like, just because you can't put your logic first doesn't mean that like you should be on this game sabotaging others for satisfaction. Like, if you were to do that in any kind of real world scenario, you'd be considered a sociopath. So I know that's a little bit of an overthought, but like that is technically how things are in a way, if you ask me.
Yeah. Because when it comes to speed battle, people don't look at the bigger picture. You know, the things that the philosophies that they cultivate when they race other people. If they do it in real life, it's just morally wrong, you know?
Yeah, not to mention that Hardlight like outlaw people taking screenshots in their Discord server, but then people are getting banned for it. Like, I got banned for retaliating a screenshot against someone. I was the bad sport whenever the person that was screenshotting me was attempting to provoke me in the first place. But they apparently didn't see it that way. Like, they're very, very twisted and manipulative. Like, they'll get rid of you in any bounds they can. Like, just because I advocated against them because of their shitty ass work rate. Like, 2 years no anti-cheat, that's a joke, man. Complete and utter joke. Look at COD Mobile. They fixed it quicker than yours. And their game hasn't even been out as long as yours. Like, how can you excuse that? Supercell Brawl Stars completely dusting yous, man. Brawl Stars is on top. So Supersonic Forces Speed Battle, I don't even know, man. That's what you should have called it. Because at the stage, only the word super is going to save you now because you keep changing the name of the game. And that's probably just to suit algorithms. Like, they think that people don't notice this stuff. But I know how a business thinks sometimes. And they might sit here and think, oh, this kid's up his ass. He's so ignorant and arrogant. You should just stop talking. We're going to ban you from our game. You could do that, but, like, what does that prove? Like, if you do that, I'm going to just charge back and get all my money back. Because you falsely banned me from the game. Like, that's what I would do. But the fact of the matter is, they just want people to continuously invest, and they're going to keep people in this hopeless loop forever of something's going to fix this game soon. No. Introducing friggin' Tails doll, going to spooky boost your ass and take all your items. What are they? What? You're not only are we going to take your items, but the player who uses the items is going to get 10 rings for hitting you. Like, this is the kind of shit that, like, Hardlight was being apocalyptically described to be doing in the future. And back in my time, I remember making Tails doll as an idea in that server as a joke, man. And, like, now that I look back at that, I thought that, I'm looking back now and thinking my idea was better than half the shit they've come out with in the last 3 years.
Yeah, and that's really saying something.
Like, how can you drop Nutcracker Silver and Lucky Whisper after dropping Infinite, Supersonic, Digivector, Punk Saz, Unicorn Cream? Like, the meta is being completely made a fool out of. We've been made a fool out of. And it's happened on April Fool's Day of 2019. That's the first day this shit happened. This is when it all started to go belly up for Hardlight. And they just mask it all the time. I remember I put my name to fix this game for a Hall of Fame. They changed it to Typho, man. They changed my name because they don't want people to know the game's fucked, like.
That is crazy.
And you might think I'm sounding so self-absorbed in saying that, but no. I genuinely had my name as Fix This Game on day 31 of the season. Didn't change my name till the half came out. They put it to Typho. And I was like, okay. How did you know it was me? How could you prove that was me? What if I sold my account? That might not be Typho. But here, I don't know, it was against my wishes anyway. I want the game to be fixed. Everyone does. We all love this game, and we're all addicted to this game. And the fact of the matter is, we're being exploited in a way. That's how I feel right now. Like, with all these characters coming out, all this need to invest money, the lack of gold rings, the meta shifting so badly, the power creep. It's all there on purpose, like.
Yeah.
It's no accident.
But, like, what they're doing, it has some intentions behind it. You know, because at first I thought, like, they generally didn't know what they were doing, but over time, like, as they kept doing, like, more and more of it, I realized that this was all premeditated. It was intentional. They're all doing this because, you know, money is their main objective to gain at the end of the day. The more money a company has, the more powerful of an influence they have amongst the community that they inspired, you know? And I just feel like it's pretty saddening because this game still has potential at this very moment. There's a hacker sitting in first. His name is Legend. There's a hacker. There's clearly a hacker in first, and he's been there for a week. Why the fuck is he not banned yet? As I was going for 6K, as I was going for 6K with Percival, I was just encountering the hacker all the time. It was so annoying because I cannot do nothing against him. You know?
See, I've always said this in videos, man, but I've always said that, like, Hardlight don't care whose money it is. Like, their money's as good as ours. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man, they are douchebags for, excuse my language, like, I'm sorry that it's going to be a little bit explicit, like, because obviously we've all spent a lot of money and time on this. It's something serious, like, at this stage, it's something we care about, like, but, there's something I wanted to get at now, but you want to continue on with your point as I try to remember it?
Yeah, I also want to shed some light on the trophy boosting situation that's been going on for years now. So, as you said, Hall of Fame was removed primarily because of hackers and the trophy boosters. Now, you already called out Sonic Stallion and Nas for, you know, what they were doing this entire time, but I just want to, I have a couple words for them. Like, I don't get their intentions behind trophy boosting. Sure, it's not really against Hardlight's terms of service, but it's still pretty cuntish, you know, because Hall of Fame was removed, you know, and I remember OGs talking about it, but when Hall of Fame got removed, people just lost, like, inspiration for playing this game, because if you like got Hall of Fame, it was pretty much it pretty much gave you like bragging rights, you know.
You instantly earned respect. Now another thing, man, the common normie basic ass piece of shit person would tell you that, oh no, the only reason they removed Hall of Fame is because it was the same people every month. That's not why. Because the leaderboard will never change, because it's the same people who love your game that are still going to play. So you just took away the novelty for us and took away potential respect for others. Like, people would love to have seen their personal achievements in a Hall of Fame, but like that's just so stupid. Like that people out there would think that it's not because they wanted to reduce their workload. It's because they were lazy. They don't want to actually sit there and watch videos of hackers and be like, yep, that's definitely a hacker. Oh, yep, them two are probably working together. But they don't want to be able to sit there and prove that, because they couldn't be asked. Now, whenever I said they have like a lot of fucking like, I never said this already, I'm going to make this point now. They have a lot of people in marketing or something. They don't have a balancing team. That's what their community member, manager, goddamn community manager said, man. They have a marketing team. That's what they have in the back. That's what they're thinking all the time. Marketing, pushing the game, forcing the game on people. Sonic forces you to play, man.
Yeah, it's honestly pretty baffling.
So I'm just gonna, like, we're coming very close to time, but I want to just ask this question now, Satch, to you, because obviously me and you have been on the same page for years about this game. It was why we've ever connected in the first place. You've done a lot of rant videos, and like, you're just like me. We've done a lot of complaining. And do you feel that like those videos really have been made for nothing at the end of the day? Because sometimes I do.
I don't know. I don't even know if like they even take. I don't even know if they take the time to watch them. Like, they probably do. And then they definitely do. Noli blocked me after like one of my videos surfaced. I DM'd her as well, complaining about. I told her to enjoy her pounds, because like they're just making money off these cheaters and they're all fucking taking away all our trophies. But continue. I feel like it kind of is for nothing, and I feel like it's kind of just us needing to release like our emotions and people, and just seeing if people are on the same page as we are, and then. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't think, like, I don't know, man. Like, I just knew, like, I just made rant videos literally just to, like, because I didn't think...
Get it off your chest.
Yeah, like, literally, and it just made me so mad. Like I said, it was just built up pure emotion, and I literally didn't think Hardlight was going to do anything, and they clearly didn't. Like, they didn't. And maybe I could have been more professional. Who knows? Maybe I could have came at it more professional and said, you know, dear Hardlight or something. You know
dear,
what I mean?
Dear hard-headed game developers.
I don't fucking know, but they're not gonna listen to anyone at this point. Like, clearly, somewhat, but like, really, they're just gonna do whatever they need to do. And at the end of the day, like, it's not even worth it. You're just wasting your breath. And
yep, it's a waste of breath. It's a rant's a waste of breath. But you know what isn't? We're on a podcast, and I think that like this whole dead end podcast is a movement, man. Like, we've hit a dead end. Hardly ain't doing shit, but we're breaking out of the ice. It's about time. Like, if like for anyone else,
we need to do this.
Like, people need to just like speak up about it and stop giving them the praise that people are giving them. People are just they get blinded by excitement over characters that come out, or an update that's dropping for a new track. All this bull crap to dismay you and distract you off the true core problems of the game. So next time you see a character dropping that vault, think twice about where your money's going, and think twice about what it's being reinvested in, because it's not only going into the salaries of people who do not care where that money came from or how big of a fan you are of what they do, but it's going into the pockets of these people who are going home laughing, and they have the same struggles in life as we would, same emotional problems, because we're all human. And it's just a real shame that Hardlight lack humanity whenever they try to like promote themselves as this big massive pro LGBTQ company and they're all equal rights. But I don't see no equal rights. I just see them discriminating against all the pros, because the pros are the only people that have the balls to give out to them. and it's almost honestly disgusting that like professionals are acting so childish and so ignorantly that they can't like do anything about it. Like it's not that they can't, it's that they don't want to.
Yeah.
But yeah, on that statement, I think we're going to have to close it here because it's at 59 minutes and 53 seconds. So for everyone that's watched and listened, I hope you have a good one. There will be more of this to come in the future. We're definitely going to have more guests. I'd like to personally thank you, Eric, and you, Sash, for joining me on this voice call today. This has been a really good development on conversing and having dialogue about the problems of this game because a lot of people are afraid, man. But yeah, boys, I hope to see you again next week.
Of course.
Oh, definitely, man. I would definitely be here for next week's podcast.
Yep.
Even though I haven't really been playing as much because I've been so demotivated because of the bot and whatever else is going on in the game. But I just, I really just been hoping that they just like fix the game, man. Like just
Yeah,
like
man,
anyone, like
definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you boys, well, I thank you very much again. And I thank
you're
very
welcome, man.
much.
Thank you for having me
everyone else.
on. To be honest, thank you for having me because
Oh, man,
like
it's always
missed-
an honor, lad. Always an honor, right? You fucking killed it, like. But anyone else, the viewers and the listeners out there, we're hoping to do this either weekly or bi-weekly. So expect more soon. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we're just gonna sign off for now. So hope you have a good one. It's been your main man Typho. It's been the boys. Hope you have a good one. Peace.